Honda's CEO Toshihiro Mibe has sent ripples across the automotive industry with a bold and historic announcement. Honda will no longer rely on traditional dealerships as part of its vehicle sales strategy. This declaration is not just a subtle shift in business operations. It represents a complete overhaul of a model that has served the automotive world for over a century. The implications of this decision are profound, not only for Honda's internal structure and operations, but also for the entire global car market, including how consumers buy cars and how manufacturers interact with their customer base. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. This revolutionary step was introduced as part of Honda's broader transformation strategy, a strategy already influenced by the seismic changes taking place across the auto industry. From the rapid rise of electric vehicles to digital commerce and direct-to-consumer models. For a company as established and historically conservative in its operational structure as Honda, this marks a dramatic turn from legacy practices. It is no longer about merely keeping up with technological trends. This move positions Honda as a contender in defining the future rules of the automotive market. Traditional dealerships have long played a critical role in the sale and maintenance of vehicles. They have been the cornerstone of customer interaction, offering test drives, handling negotiations, providing after-sales service, and maintaining the physical presence of brands in communities. Honda's departure from this system fundamentally changes how it will deliver products to customers. It eliminates layers between the manufacturer and the buyer, establishing a more direct relationship that is enabled by digital platforms and online ordering systems. The removal of dealerships also means greater control over pricing, brand messaging, and customer experience from start to finish. By bypassing dealerships, Honda aims to create a seamless, unified customer journey. The digital-first model will enable buyers to browse, customize, finance, and purchase their vehicles entirely online, with the option of home delivery or pickup from a fulfillment center. This streamlining is not only more efficient from a logistical perspective, but also aligns with evolving consumer behavior. Shoppers today are increasingly digital native, preferring the convenience of purchasing products and services without visiting a brick-and-mortar location. This behavior has been magnified by the pandemic and continues to be reinforced by digital transformation across sectors. For Honda, the move is also rooted in competitive positioning. Tesla has long championed the direct-to-consumer model, and its success has proven that a car company does not need a network of dealers to thrive. By eliminating dealerships, Honda positions itself in a similar league of innovation-driven brands. But unlike Tesla, Honda has decades of infrastructure tied to the dealership model, which makes its transition all the more ambitious. It's not about launching a new startup, but about reshaping an existing titan in the auto world, an effort that involves reimagining everything from logistics and inventory management to customer service and software ecosystems. The shift signals a much deeper integration of technology within Honda's operations. Selling cars directly to consumers means the company must now build and maintain robust digital platforms, customer relationship systems, and data analytics engines. Honda is no longer just a car manufacturer, it must also become an e-commerce company, a digital service provider, and a logistics expert. This transformation touches on every department, requiring a radical reskilling of staff and a new corporate mindset. Honda is investing heavily in software, artificial intelligence, and digital infrastructure to ensure this transition is not only smooth, but scalable. There's also a profound impact on the vehicles themselves. As part of this transformation, Honda is engineering its next generation of cars with digital integration in mind, from online configurability to connected services that can be updated and customized after purchase. The cars will not just be products, they will be platforms for services and experiences, maintained and personalized via cloud technology. This dynamic, ongoing relationship between manufacturer and customer redefines what ownership looks like in the 21st century. Moreover, by cutting out the intermediary, Honda gains clearer access to customer data. This direct line enables more responsive service, more accurate forecasting, and a continuous feedback loop that can inform everything from vehicle design to marketing strategies. Previously, much of this data was fragmented or filtered through dealership networks. Now, Honda will have real-time visibility into how its customers are interacting with its products, opening up a new realm of personalization and customer engagement. The implications extend far beyond Honda's internal business. For thousands of dealerships across the globe, this announcement is nothing short of a paradigm shift. Many have operated as independent franchises with long-standing ties to Honda, some for generations. The decision to remove dealerships from the equation means these businesses will either need to reinvent themselves, pivot to servicing other brands, or exit the industry altogether. This change could lead to a significant contraction in the dealership sector, potentially disrupting local economies and employment in areas where these businesses are a major source of jobs and economic activity. Suppliers and third-party service providers will also feel the tremors. Companies that offered support services to dealerships, from inventory software and signage to showroom design and local advertising, will find themselves needing to pivot quickly. Honda's new model may open opportunities for digital-first service providers and tech-focused firms, but the traditional dealership ecosystem is facing obsolescence at an alarming pace. Consumers stand to benefit in several ways. Pricing transparency is one of the most immediate improvements. Without the dealer markup and haggling process, buyers will likely enjoy consistent competitive prices. There's also an efficiency factor. Buying a car could become as straightforward as ordering a smartphone. This demystifies the process for many customers, especially younger generations who value speed and simplicity over the ritual of the showroom experience. That said, Honda will still need to address certain expectations, such as test drives, trade-ins, and face-to-face service, which could be managed through new hybrid models like pop-up experience centers or mobile service units. Honda's withdrawal from the dealership model also raises important questions about after-sales service and maintenance. Traditionally, dealerships have been the go-to providers of warranty work, software updates, and routine maintenance. In this new model, Honda will have to reconfigure how these services are delivered. This could lead to the expansion of company-owned service hubs or certified mobile service fleets that visit customers at home or work. It might also encourage more modular, upgradable vehicle designs that reduce the need for frequent in-person maintenance visits. This strategic overhaul may also give Honda greater agility in entering new markets or adjusting its presence in existing ones. Without the need to establish physical dealerships, Honda can scale up or down more fluidly, reaching customers in remote or underserved areas where setting up a dealership wouldn't have been economically viable. The digital model allows for real-time adaptability to regional demands and customer behaviors, giving Honda a powerful edge in global market responsiveness. Beyond individual sales, Honda's move may also reshape the fleet and corporate vehicle market. Businesses seeking to procure large volumes of vehicles can now deal directly with Honda through centralized digital channels, potentially streamlining bulk orders, customization, and delivery. This makes Honda a more appealing partner for large organizations and government agencies, where efficiency and uniformity are key. The implications for Honda's brand identity are also considerable. By taking ownership of the entire customer journey, from awareness and research to purchase and aftercare, Honda can craft a more cohesive and memorable brand experience. Marketing will become more targeted, messaging more consistent, and customer loyalty programs more effective. The brand will no longer be fragmented across hundreds or thousands of dealerships, each with varying levels of service quality and brand fidelity. Internally, Honda is also undergoing a cultural shift. Transitioning to a direct-to-consumer model means changing how employees think about the customer. Every team, from engineering to marketing to logistics, must now focus on the end-user experience in a more immediate way. Customer satisfaction will no longer be 1 degree removed through the buffer of dealerships. It will be Honda's direct responsibility, and this is bound to reshape internal KPIs, incentive structures, and corporate priorities. The international automotive community is watching Honda closely. If this bold strategy proves successful, it may spark a domino effect across the industry. Other legacy automakers may be forced to reconsider their reliance on dealership networks, especially as electric vehicles and digital commerce become dominant. The traditional model of regional dealership exclusivity, physical inventory lots, and commission-based sales could fade much faster than previously anticipated. Regulatory frameworks around the world may also need to evolve to accommodate this shift. In some regions, laws have historically mandated dealership models for new vehicle sales, creating barriers to direct-to-consumer operations. Honda's decision will likely catalyze discussions with policymakers and trade groups as it seeks to navigate these legal frameworks and reshape the rules of engagement in multiple markets. This move also intersects with environmental sustainability goals. By centralizing logistics and reducing the number of physical sites needed for sales operations, Honda can potentially cut emissions and streamline its supply chain in a way that aligns with its environmental commitments. Fewer dealership locations mean less energy consumption, lower emissions from dealer deliveries, and greater control over how vehicles are distributed and maintained. What Honda has done is not simply abandon a business model, it has declared independence from a tradition that defined the very culture of car buying for generations. The company is wagering that the future belongs to the brands that can innovate not only in their product offerings but also in how they reach, serve, and support their customers. This isn't just a shift in channel, it's a redefinition of value in the automotive age. The legacy of this moment will depend on execution. Honda must now deliver on the promise of convenience, efficiency, and customer satisfaction without the familiar infrastructure of dealerships to fall back on. The success of this new model will require unwavering commitment to user experience, rigorous technology deployment, and operational excellence on a global scale. Toshihiro Mibe's announcement may well go down as one of the most daring strategic decisions in Honda's storied history. It repositions the company not just as a manufacturer of vehicles, but as a dynamic, forward-looking platform for mobility services. Whether it becomes the new gold standard or a cautionary tale, one thing is certain: the game has changed and Honda has taken the wheel. Honda's strategic departure from the dealership model not only restructures its relationship with the consumer, but also brings about a seismic recalibration of its supply chain, production philosophy, and logistical operations. With the elimination of dealerships, the flow of vehicles from the assembly line to the buyer must be completely re-engineered. Traditionally, vehicles would be shipped in bulk to regional dealers, where they sat on lots awaiting purchase. Now, without that buffer zone of dealership inventory, Honda must develop a highly responsive, on-demand manufacturing and distribution system that reduces overproduction while still ensuring timely deliveries. This change signals a deeper move toward leaner operations, where predictive analytics and artificial intelligence must forecast demand with greater accuracy than ever before. Inventory will be held in fewer centralized distribution hubs or regional fulfillment centers, closer to shipping ports or manufacturing plants. These centers must operate with clockwork precision, able to pack, ship, and coordinate last-mile delivery directly to customers' homes or pickup points. It's a monumental shift in automotive logistics, one that requires synchronizing global supply lines with real-time consumer purchasing trends, an effort that resembles the logistical sophistication of e-commerce giants more than legacy car makers. The production line itself is no longer manufacturing in anticipation of dealer orders, it is producing based on individual customer configurations submitted through online platforms. This pivot turns the entire production process into a customer-driven engine, where personalization and responsiveness are paramount. Every order could be unique, reflecting choices in paint, wheels, interior options, and technology packages. That level of customization demands modular vehicle design and flexible assembly lines capable of producing highly varied outputs without bottlenecks or downtime. For Honda, this means heavy investment not only in flexible manufacturing systems but also in the training of its workforce to adapt to this fluid production landscape. Another ripple effect of this structural evolution is in the financing and insurance ecosystems. Without dealers acting as intermediaries who arrange vehicle loans and extended warranties, Honda must now either develop its own in-house financial services division or form tightly integrated partnerships with fintech firms and traditional banks. This would allow the company to offer seamless financing solutions directly through its digital platforms, ensuring the entire purchase journey, from car selection to loan approval, is completed in a single online experience. By controlling these financial touchpoints, Honda can curate customer-friendly, competitive financial packages while maintaining a consistent brand experience. The aftermarket industry, often closely intertwined with dealerships, must also adapt. Accessories, upgrades, and service plans will now be marketed and sold by Honda through its own channels. This represents an opportunity for the company to capture more post-purchase revenue directly. Rather than relying on dealers to upsell floor mats, premium sound systems, or extended service contracts, Honda will integrate these offers into its digital user journey. Customers will be able to select add-ons before checkout or even after purchase via software updates and delivery of physical accessories through its fulfillment network. Crucially, service and maintenance, a cornerstone of dealer operations, must now be addressed in an entirely new way. With traditional service bays and local repair departments no longer a built-in part of the company's footprint, Honda must create a robust and scalable network for after-sales care. This might take the form of dedicated service hubs located in major urban centers, mobile technicians deployed to homes or offices, or even innovative new concepts like autonomous maintenance pods or AI-driven remote diagnostics. Vehicles themselves could be designed to self-report issues, schedule appointments, and download patches without owner intervention, further reducing the need for frequent in-person service visits. Honda is also being propelled into a new kind of competition, no longer just against legacy automakers, but against digital native companies that excel in customer experience. The company's success will now be judged not only by the quality of its vehicles, but also by the responsiveness of its customer support, the usability of its app and website, the efficiency of its fulfillment centers, and the reliability of its service network. The scope of its business must expand far beyond engineering excellence to include expertise in digital product design, UI/UX, cybersecurity, online marketing, and data privacy. Data, in particular, becomes a foundational pillar of this new model. With direct access to customer interactions, preferences, and behaviors, Honda can engage in real-time refinement of both its offerings and its communication strategies. Predictive analytics can inform not only production but also post-sale recommendations, marketing campaigns, and loyalty incentives. Honda can create dynamic profiles of its customers, offering services and upgrades that evolve with ownership, turning vehicles into living, upgradable platforms, much like smartphones. The change also offers Honda a newfound agility in launching new models or features. Without the need to coordinate with thousands of independently owned dealerships, product releases can be globally synchronized and introduced directly to consumers with minimal lead time. Software-defined vehicles can roll out new features via over-the-air updates, and marketing campaigns can be hyper-targeted based on precise consumer data rather than broad demographic guesses. This level of flexibility ensures that Honda can adapt to market signals quickly, whether it's a shift in consumer taste, regulatory changes, or new competitive threats. At the heart of all this is the redefinition of the vehicle itself. Freed from the constraints of dealership feedback loops, Honda can design cars that are optimized not for showroom appeal, but for digital discovery. This could mean prioritizing elements like user interface design, seamless app integration, or voice-controlled infotainment systems. Vehicles will be evaluated less by how they look under showroom lights and more by how intuitively they connect to customers' digital lives. Additionally, the move gives Honda the latitude to standardize global product offerings more easily. Dealerships often demanded regional variations to cater to local tastes or regulatory needs. With those layers removed, Honda can move toward a more unified product line, reducing complexity and cost. Updates to safety systems, software features, and even interface languages can be handled centrally, allowing for more agile compliance with international standards. The ripple effects could even extend to the resale and used vehicle markets. If Honda retains a digital record of each vehicle's service history, ownership timeline, and software upgrades, it can facilitate a much more transparent and trustworthy resale ecosystem. Certified pre-owned programs can be conducted entirely online, with refurbished vehicles sold through Honda's own platform. This vertically integrated control of both new and used sales ensures Honda maintains brand consistency and revenue throughout the entire vehicle lifecycle. The removal of dealers also allows for a shift in corporate focus. Instead of allocating time and resources to managing dealer relations, such as negotiating franchise agreements, settling disputes, or enforcing standards, Honda can redirect attention toward innovation, sustainability, and customer centricity. This opens the door to deeper partnerships with tech firms, infrastructure companies, and clean energy providers. It becomes easier for Honda to position itself at the intersection of mobility, technology, and environmental stewardship. This evolution aligns Honda with changing generational expectations. Millennials and Gen Z, groups that are becoming the dominant car-buying demographics, are less enamored with the traditional dealership experience. They value transparency, convenience, sustainability, and digital empowerment. Honda's model positions it to resonate deeply with these buyers, offering a purchase process that mirrors the simplicity and immediacy they've come to expect from other industries. Furthermore, this structure makes it far easier to implement new business models such as vehicle subscriptions, pay-as-you-drive programs, or flexible leasing. With complete control over the customer interface and the ability to manage fleets directly, Honda can introduce innovative ownership models that cater to urban dwellers, gig economy workers, or nomadic professionals who don't want to commit to traditional car ownership. This makes the brand more inclusive and adaptive to the spectrum of modern mobility needs. For Honda's workforce, the implications are equally transformative. Employees are now part of a company that must operate at the intersection of hardware and software, industrial engineering and user experience, manufacturing and service design. Job roles will evolve and skill sets will diversify. Traditional automotive competencies must now be augmented with fluency in cloud infrastructure, mobile development, digital marketing, and agile methodologies. Honda becomes a hybrid organization, part automaker, part tech company, part logistics giant. The branding challenge will be substantial but energizing. Honda's public perception must evolve to reflect this bold new direction. Customers need to be guided through the transition, reassured of the quality and reliability of this new way of buying, owning, and servicing their vehicles. The shift demands a powerful storytelling effort, one that frames the move not as the abandonment of tradition, but as the natural evolution of Honda's customer-first ethos. Done well, this can enhance customer trust and loyalty, turning what might seem like a risky departure into a widely applauded leap forward. Even global competitors may benefit from observing how Honda executes this strategy. Whether the transition proves fully successful or not, it will serve as a case study in large-scale operational transformation. Some companies may replicate elements of the model selectively, integrating direct sales in key markets while retaining dealers elsewhere. Others might invest in hybrid models that mix digital convenience with curated in-person experiences. Either way, the status quo is no longer sacred, and Honda has taken the role of disruptor rather than follower. Beyond the business implications, there is also a cultural and symbolic dimension to Honda's move. It represents a company shedding the inertia of legacy thinking in favor of bold experimentation. It is an expression of confidence not just in Honda's product pipeline, but in its vision for the future of mobility. In rejecting the dealership model, Honda is signaling that it wants to control the full narrative of the customer experience from the moment someone hears about a vehicle to the day they retire it. This end-to-end ownership creates new opportunities to delight, surprise, and build emotional resonance with customers. The decision is also a strategic safeguard against the pace of disruption in the mobility sector. With ride-sharing, autonomous vehicles, and alternative transit options becoming more viable, the relevance of traditional car ownership is being questioned. By owning the customer relationship, Honda can pivot into these spaces more readily. Whether it's operating autonomous fleets, launching subscription-based mobility services, or integrating with public transit systems, a direct-to-consumer model provides the agility and data infrastructure necessary for rapid innovation. Even in the broader macroeconomic context, this move could influence how national and local governments shape their policies around urban development, transportation planning, and digital commerce regulation. Cities may need fewer large dealership lots, opening land for redevelopment or community use. Meanwhile, governments may need to revisit tax codes, franchise laws, and consumer protection regulations to reflect the shift in how vehicles are sold and serviced. This decision demands precision, discipline, and vision in execution, but it also offers Honda an opportunity to break from the herd, to shape rather than follow the trends of the next generation of mobility. With this choice, Honda stands not just at a crossroads of strategy, but at the front lines of a revolution, one that could redefine the entire DNA of the automotive industry. Honda's elimination of the dealership model marks a foundational shift in how automotive companies think about their physical presence and brand footprint. Historically, dealerships function not just as sales venues, but as the physical manifestation of a car maker's brand in local communities. These locations were the environments where consumers touched, smelled, and drove vehicles, an emotional engagement that left a lasting impression. By stepping away from this tradition, Honda relinquishes that embedded neighborhood identity in favor of a centralized, streamlined, and virtual presence. This change poses unique challenges around brand visibility, community engagement, and public trust, areas that now must be addressed through digital means and alternative physical touchpoints. To compensate for the absence of dealerships as public-facing spaces, Honda will need to build an entirely new architecture of brand experience. This might involve a rise in concept stores, temporary showrooms in high-traffic retail centers, or branded experience hubs in major cities. These are not full-service dealerships, but immersive environments designed to educate, excite, and introduce consumers to Honda's vehicles and technologies. These spaces will emphasize storytelling and brand philosophy over transactional efficiency, inviting consumers to engage with the vehicles on a deeper emotional level without the pressure of a sales pitch. Virtual reality and augmented reality technologies may become a core part of Honda's new strategy. In the absence of a dealership test drive, customers might be offered high-fidelity digital simulations of vehicle interiors, handling dynamics and customization options. These immersive experiences could be accessed at home or in flagship retail spaces, providing a realistic preview of ownership. Such tools also have educational applications, helping new buyers explore features, understand maintenance schedules, or simulate emergency response procedures in a safe, controlled environment. A further consequence of this shift is a redefinition of regional strategy. Dealerships often acted as regional satellites for the brand, providing insights into local consumer preferences, competitor activity, and market dynamics. With those outposts gone, Honda must now rely on more sophisticated data intelligence systems to track and respond to regional variations. Location-based analytics, social listening, and predictive modeling will be essential in maintaining regional relevance and tailoring offers to specific demographics. Honda's digital storefronts must feel both globally coherent and locally attuned, requiring careful orchestration across cultures and consumer behaviors. Honda's transition also introduces major implications for customer education and product onboarding. Traditionally, dealership staff would walk new buyers through vehicle features, safety systems, and maintenance requirements. Without this in-person orientation, Honda must develop digital equivalents, perhaps through interactive video tutorials, AI-driven chat assistants, or personalized onboarding apps linked to each customer's vehicle configuration. These tools need to be user-friendly, engaging, and accessible to a wide range of digital literacy levels. Every touchpoint post-purchase becomes a chance to reinforce trust, teach features, and build lasting satisfaction. This evolution may also foster an entirely new type of community building. Without local dealerships to host events or sponsor initiatives, Honda might redirect its community engagement strategy toward online platforms and experiential campaigns. Virtual clubs, exclusive digital content, and participatory design forums could foster a sense of belonging among Honda owners. In-person connections could still be cultivated through branded events, pop-up drives, and roadshow experiences that travel across cities and regions, bringing people together in new, more flexible formats. Environmental impact stands to be influenced in multifaceted ways by this structural reorganization. While reducing dealership footprints may lower Honda's overall carbon emissions, the increased reliance on delivery networks and centralized logistics introduces new environmental considerations. Fleet emissions, packaging waste, and reverse logistics such as vehicle returns or service pickups must be carefully managed. Honda will need to invest in green logistics, deploying electric delivery vehicles, minimizing transport distances through smart routing, and offsetting emissions through reforestation or carbon credit programs. Sustainability can't be a byproduct. It must be engineered into the new operational model from the beginning. Moreover, the technological infrastructure supporting this direct-to-consumer model must adhere to the highest standards of cybersecurity and data protection. With customer data now flowing directly through Honda's digital channels, including personal information, financial records, driving behavior, and geolocation, there's an elevated responsibility to protect that data from breaches, misuse, and unauthorized access, robust encryption, transparent privacy policies, and compliance with international regulations such as GDPR or CCPA are now critical areas of strategic focus. Building customer confidence in digital trust will be paramount. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Honda ditching dealers? What do you expect next? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.